Hello everyone, this is Clarinetgamer here, and I'm back with another review, and this time I shall be reviewing Destruction Derby 1 for the PS1. And the reason why I'm reviewing this game is because I finished doing a Let's Replay of it, and I figured why not do a review of it, give my overall thoughts on it. So, Destruction Derby is a game made by Reflections and published by Psygnosis, and Reflections were the ones responsible, or also the ones responsible for developing the sequel and the Driver series as well. And Psygnosis were also responsible for publishing the Wipeout games, and they were later renamed the Studio London, I think, if I remember correctly. But anyway, going on with the game itself, there's no story in this game other than smashing cars and racing, which this game seems to do very well. The gameplay in Destruction Derby 1, it's a 1995 game. It was one of the launch games for the PlayStation 1 alongside games like Ridge Racer, Wipeout, the first Tekken game, AR Combat, or Ace Combat 1, aka also known as. The gameplay is aged slightly compared to racing games in this present time. However, it's still pretty enjoyable in my opinion. So, to start off with in terms of the gameplay, we've got 4 modes. We've got a Wrecking Racing mode, and you can do like a race practice, you can participate in a championship, which I just done in my Let's Replay of the game. And basically the objectives in Wrecking Racing are to smash as many cars as you can and finish the race if you also can as well. This is my favourite mode in this game because it's the most challenging one, but it's fun at the same time, as it is unpredictable on when you can hit someone on the track, which can cause your race points to go sky high. However, you need to be careful in this game because there's a damage meter on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, which will go from green to yellow to orange to red to black. You need to be careful of the front of the car because that's the one component of the car you need to keep an eye out for. If the front of your car goes black, then the race is over for you. But if other parts of your car go black, say for example the side, then your steering will be kind of screwed up, and the back of the car will cause your car to go slow. But Wrecking Racing is quite a lot of fun. Like, it starts off with like 5 races, and then it finishes with a bowl arena. That will allow you to give an opportunity to rack up your points an awful lot. So another mode on this game is stock car racing. The objective of this mode is to finish first place and avoid last place whenever possible. Because if you finish in first place, you get at least 50 points, but if you finish last place, then you'll get no points at all. Now, stock car racing mode is my second favourite mode of this game, and it's because quite a lot of the cars in this game are very good at the stock car driving. It's a much bigger challenge than it is in Wrecking Racing mode. So yeah, it's a pretty good mode, that one, and it's very challenging, I'd say, for its time, I think. The third mode, Destruction Derby mode. Now, you can participate in a championship on this one, but it's very repetitive, that mode, but you can compete in a bowl arena and smash as many cars as possible. It's my third favourite mode of this game because although it's fun to smash the cars in the bowl arena, it can get pretty boring after a while because there's no other bowl arenas besides the one that you're participating in. And then the fourth mode is Time Trial mode. And in Time Trial mode, you can race by yourself to get the best times on any of the tracks. Being by yourself is okay, but it can be a little boring as well because I feel what they could have done in Time Trial mode is they could have had more opponents to race against to make the Time Trial more challenging. If you manage to get a good time to beat on the Time Trial mode, then you might unlock more items in the game, or more cars or tracks in the game. And speaking of which, if you finish any of the championships, Wrecking Racing, Stock Car Racing, or Destruction Derby Championship, then you'll get a new track unlocked called Ruined Monastery, which I showed off in the final part of my Let's Replay of Destruction Derby 1. Now, talking about the cars themselves that you can pick, the cars themselves are varied. First of all, the rookie car. Now, the rookie car, which is the blue car, is very good for beginners to get used to the mechanics of the game, but it's not very good in terms of its speed and the steering, as it can lose control pretty easily. So say for example, if you slip out and you're trying to get back on the track, you can slip out pretty easily, so you've got to be careful with that. The amateur car, which is the Grim Reaper car, is a good option for intermediate players as the speed is improved and the steering is good as well. So I'd recommend that car to any player who's an all-rounder, I'd say, on racing games or vehicular combat games. The Pro car, which is the one I used in the Let's Replay of Destruction Derby 1, is great for advanced players. Not meaning to brag there, but anyway, it's great for advanced players. And the only thing I don't like about this car is that if you slip out, it's hard to get back on track. Sort of like the amateur car as well. Like if you slip out with the amateur car, it's pretty hard to get back on track as well. The graphics themselves, some of them can be fine, like especially if you're playing on a PS3, like if the graphics are all smoothed out, like I did on the Let's Replay. Like I played Destruction Derby 1 on the PS3, I just used my disc, I didn't play the PlayStation Store version of it. Some of the graphics can be pretty good when they're smoothed out, but when playing on an actual PS1, some of the graphics are a little bit outdated, have not really aged that well compared to other racing games, to be honest. And last of all, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is pretty good, and it does fit the game with the mood of the track. So say for example, the soundtrack that's playing right now with the Cactus Creek track fits it pretty well, because it sounds like it's in a really sad key of music, and it feels like it fits the desolation and destruction very well, even though it's sort of like a dance track. That's why sometimes, in my opinion, the tracks don't really fit with this game. But it's still a pretty good soundtrack. I mean, I listen to it myself quite a lot on my own music device, on my own iPod Touch. And so that's pretty much it. And overall, my overall thoughts on this game, even though the game has aged slightly, it's still a good game, in my opinion, from 1995 on the PS1. So my final score for Destruction Derby 1 is 7 out of 10. And if you want to play this game for yourself, then you can buy the game from eBay, I'd imagine, for a pretty cheap price. If you're still using your PS3, you can also purchase it on the PlayStation Store on the PS3. And if you have the PlayStation Classic Mini Console, then you can play it on there as well. But I believe it's I think it's the American version of it. I'm not entirely sure, but it might be actually no, I think it's the PAL version, I think. Not the American version. I can't remember, to be honest. But it's on the PlayStation Classic Mini Console. So that's my overall thoughts on Destruction Derby 1. So what do you guys think of the game? If you've played it before, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the game and your overall rating for it is. And I'll see you again soon for more reviews coming up. There'll be another one coming up actually shortly for another game I'm about to be finishing, which will be Crash of the Titans. I'd imagine that'll be the next game I'll review actually. So stay tuned for that, and I shall see you again soon for more videos coming up on my channel. And also, please be sure to stay safe from everything going on around the world right now in terms of the virus going on. And hope you all have a good day as well. So I'll see you again soon for more videos. Until then guys, hope you have a good day wherever you are, and I shall see you again. Till then, goodbye.